Alright, well, I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the property. We've owned this house for 2 years this January. And we have done a lot of work to this place. This whole side that's right here where the dog's at and all the way down was all woods, so thick you couldn't get barely a four-wheeler or a truck or anything through there. I had the opportunity to receive a backhoe for about 6 months, and that really saved us so much money. I pretty much cleared this all by myself with a 310 John Deere backhoe. De-stumped, burned, split firewood. I mean, gave some away. There was so much wood. I had so much wood. But long story short, we cleared for probably 8 or 9 months because of we started it whenever it was wet in the wintertime, and I shouldn't have done that. And I was always getting stuck, or it would rain. I just couldn't work in it for a week or two till it dried out. So that's kind of why it took so long. And if anybody's out there knows how hard it is to move something like a log without a thumb attachment, it is a pain in the butt. And that John Deere 310 did not have a thumb, so it took a lot more time. But here we are, about a year after I probably cleared. Yeah, probably a little bit more. I think it's my second season planting grass. First time it went around, it did pretty good. I didn't put no lime or no fertilizer down, just some K31 tall fescue, and then boy, she come up nice and green. We had a real wet winter that year, and it looked good. And then all of a sudden that Carolina summer come through, and it really just put a hurting on it, and a lot of it died off, and a lot of it's come back. But this time around I limed it. I seeded with Orchard, Timothy, red clover, white clover, some tall fescue, and some annual ryegrass, just to kind of give it something for this winter, or this fall, winter. So, keep erosion out. But yeah, we are on 4 acres. This pasture, when I did some measuring, I think it's going to be around 2 acres. When I get it fenced in, and that's what we're kind of working on now, is we're going to fence in the property, so we can get some type of livestock. We've never owned livestock ourselves, so we're looking at maybe 1 or 2 beef cattle for now. Maybe make a little bit of money off of them, but probably not. But kind of just to get our feet in the door. Hobby farmer or whatever you want to call us. We enjoy it out here, and we're not going to be anytime big time. 400 head of, we ain't, couple head, it's fine. Maybe some goats. Something, maybe a goat or 2, so we can keep this thing, so I don't have to mow it. But we first want to get this grass established, because here in the South, the summers can be so brutal, and the last thing I want is to get something in here that doesn't have something to thrive into, and they kind of just chomp it all to nothing. Because there's a lot of farms around here that have a lot of animals that it just looks very bad. They have nothing to eat throughout the day, and it's just dirt. So I'm kind of waiting to get this grass where it's you know, thriving, if you want to call it that. But we're so much in a drought right now in North Carolina that it hadn't rained in about 2 months. I think it rained a couple weeks ago, but it was only like 1/4 of an inch, and that was nothing. So hopefully this fall hope rain keeps coming or whatever. But there's the pond that we dug out when we had the backhoe. Not very big. The dogs love it. The frogs sure do love it too. No fish yet. Don't really exactly know the size. I think it's like 60 feet this way, and then 50 from the back there to up here. Not really sure. About 4.5, 5 foot deep back there, where the kind of the dogs are at, about right there. We have a good runoff. This runoff is just one good rain, it's full, and it stays full for a good while. You can see where the overflow pipe is. And like I said, that's like 2 months without rain, and it's probably, what is that, 10 inches down over 2 months. So we got some good clay that it's in, so it holds pretty good during the summer. But, and that booger right there, that bull right there, that's Wesson. He's mixed with a bunch of stuff, but lab, pit, I believe, and a couple other things. Like, not Wesson oil. I know you old folks are thinking, that boy named that dog after Wesson oil. That's Smith & Wesson. I love Smith & Wesson. So I named him, that was our first dog when we got out here, so we named him Wesson. And that kid right there, the youngin' one, he's Tucker. Lab and short-haired pointer. And he's a handful. They're both fixed, but man, they are a handful. So much energy. But anyway, on up here, like I said, 2 acres, roughly 2 acres that we're gonna have fenced in for future livestock. 4 acres total. You can kind of see this fence. We did put this fence up here. It kind of reaches around. That sun is killer. It goes around to the house, but yeah, we're gonna tie onto this section of the fence and go all the way down that way with regular old cattle field fencing, you know, round post, nothing fancy, maybe a strain of barbed wire on the top or something. But here's all the equipment that I had acquired over the last 2.5 years. Got some very good deals on some stuff, and nothing I've really overpaid for, really. Some things were given to me. I'm kind of, you know, holding on to it for a while for somebody too. But yeah, got the old John Deere 950. Need a new tire for that thing right there. And the other side has a new tire. When I bought it, it had that new tire, but this is the original. I believe this is the original tire that come from the factory. And I believe this John Deere, or this tractor, is a 80. I want to say 86 model, judging by the VIN number. It's a diesel. It's like 30 something horsepower, but it pushes that 5-foot bush hog plenty good. That 6-foot box scrape, perfectly fine. But maybe in the future, front end loader. I got to have a front end loader, so might be getting rid of this here next couple years. Get me a front end loader tractor, but definitely John Deere all the way. So here's kind of going to be the little front yard here. Here's where we burn and burn and burn and burn, but eventually we might put a garden up this way, kind of make this whole area right here a garden right in front of the house. But yeah, This is one of these areas that I planted about a month ago now, and it, like I said, rains once, and it was like a quarter of a minute. It's like nothing's even coming up. It kind of irritates me because I have a bunch of money laying on that dirt right there. But hopefully we get some rain here this winter. But there's the old house. Kind of a log cabin style house. Pretty cool. Everybody likes it. We love it. But yeah. And yes, I heat that house with that wood. It has a propane heater, or a regular traditional AC and heat, but it requires propane, and I'm not paying for it, so I'll use a little bit of manual labor to heat that house. And it right now, the fire's going, it's probably about 74, 75 in there now, and I think it's in the 40s today here in North Carolina. So yeah, but anyway, this is it. Stay tuned for a lot more videos around the farm, or whatever you want to call it. Not a farm really, but our property. Give this a shot. Let me know what y'all think and what do you want to see more of. And I'm into all kinds of stuff: tractors, four-wheelers, deer hunting, working on stuff, cars, guns, it don't matter. But yeah, here it is. Well, y'all be good. We'll see y'all later.